lived in that house, the federal government would subsidize a mortgage for you. But if you lived in that house, the federal government discriminated against you and made it almost impossible for many of these people to be able to get mortgages. That is a part of our American legacy that we need to address head on. And we can't just pretend it didn't happen, because it continues to have effects today. Homeownership is the #1 way that working families, middle-class families, build real wealth. And so it's no surprise that starting long, long ago, America subsidized the purchase of housing for white people. But they discriminated against the purchase of housing for black people. The consequence of that? Generation after generation after generation. A lot of working white families had a chance to build wealth, and a whole lot fewer black families had that chance. And that kind of housing discrimination went on in this country into the 1960s. And even today, the consequences of that are still felt. The gap between black home ownership rates and white home ownership rates today are actually higher than they were when housing discrimination was legal in America. So here's my housing plan. We need to make investments as a country in housing to bring down the cost of housing for middle-class families, for working families, for the working poor, for people with disabilities, for homeless folks, for all kinds of people. We need more housing. So I got a plan for about 3.2 million new housing units and about 1.5 million good jobs to build that housing. But it's got a special section in it that addresses this ugly history of redlining, the one that's still felt today. And it says, if you live in a formerly, or lived in a formerly redlined area and have never had a chance to buy a home, or if you got kicked out of your home during the mortgage crash, we're going to make first-time buyer assistance available to you so you have a chance to buy a home, to get in the game. Because America needs to face up to the things we've done wrong, and we got to start taking some steps toward making it right.